Hey everyone, Mr. MC here. This is a guide for round 1 of the 2022 Manufacturers Cup Test Season 3 taking place at Brands Hatch with Group 4 cars, and for this video I'll be using the Subaru WRX Group 4. And let's go ahead and take a look at the race details. Alright, so this is a 16 lap race over at Brands Hatch with the Group 4 cars. Fuel and tire wear is a ×1, so neither of these will become an issue at all, but be aware that there is a required pit stop, so you need to pit at least one time so you don't get a penalty after the race ends. So basically you need to pit as early as the end of lap 1 or as late as the end of lap 15. One thing that you want to be very aware of is that this is a tuning race, and you need to have the performance points over at 630 or less to be able to enter the race with your manufacturer car. So as you see right here, I have the Subaru WRX, that's my manufacturer car, and I have the performance points exactly at 630.00. So let's go ahead and actually see the tune that we have, and here we go. So feel free to take screenshots of the tune if you need to. The only things that you really want to buy are the high RPM turbocharger for the Subaru WRX, the ballast just in case you need it, and the power restrictor just in case you need it. I was able to keep max power and minimum weight in my car, so you don't need to buy the power restrictor or the ballast, but if you're going to mess around with the tuning, they may come in handy, but for the most part, you want to try to avoid using them. And I'll be honest, there's quite a bit of shenanigans going on with this tune. I have reverse rake going on with the front of the car being higher than the rear of the car. There's a 3-degree camber angle towards the rear of the car. The front anti-roll bar is stiffer than the rear. And yeah, it's a bit of a mess. And your car is going to be pretty understeery. You're going to have very little speed, but your acceleration is going to be stupidly good. You'll see what I mean once I whip up the transmission. There we go. First, you want to move the auto set top speed to 200 kilometers per hour, then move the final gear to 3.617, and then adjust the individual gears accordingly. If I remember correctly, I only moved the 6th gear around to 1.243. And yeah, you're not going to have that much flexibility when it comes to these PP tuning races, so try my best to create something kinda decent where you at least have some acceleration and can somewhat have the car be able to turn. But anyways, let's get started with the lap guide. So brake balance is a +3 or 3 to the rear. And once again, you have 0 top speed, but you have all the acceleration in the world. Try to go for late apexes so you can take advantage of the acceleration. But anyways, your first braking point is the 2 board on the left, so brake at 100% braking power for a short moment. Ease off the brakes as you're turning in. Get the car pointed towards the next section of the track and mash on the throttle. Then brake before the Palmer Sport Bridge just up ahead, so you're braking hard for a while. Just like the first turn, get the car pointing towards the next section of the track, go for a late apex and get on the throttle. Now you want to brake before the start of the curb on the right, and you want to try to get the car into a bit of a slide so you can help it turn a bit more. And you can actually take a bit of advantage of the track limits there. Then brake before the 1 board. Don't forget, this car understeers, so you want to brake earlier than you think. So you want to not understeer off the track. Do a little bit of throttle control so you can get the car pointed towards the back straight or the first back straight and mash on the throttle. Enjoy maxing out at 220 kilometers per hour. Brake as you pass the 2 board that is on the left. You want to use a little bit of braking control or trail braking to try to carry as much speed as possible. Brake before the 1 board or before you reach the red tip of the wall on the left. Quick burst of braking, so 100% braking power. You're trying to maintain as much momentum as possible through the 4th and 5th sectors. Brake before the 1 board on the right. You can take advantage of the curb on the right, but be very careful through here. It's really easy to understeer off of the track. brake before the one board just as the new sector starts. Quick burst of braking, 100% braking power, and quickly get on the throttle as you can get some instant acceleration going down to the final turns, and then brake well before the one board. Once again, this car understeers, so you want to brake earlier than you think. Being really careful getting off of the brakes and mashing on the throttle so you can try to get a fast exit. But that is it for this lap and tuning video, because oh my goodness, I do not like these tuning PP races. But anyways, that's all from me. I'm going to sign off now, so thank you guys for the support. Thank you to Playseat for supporting the channel as well. This is Mr. MCA wishing you a good race, and I'll see you in the next video. And do your mandatory pit stop so you don't get bonked by the penalty system.